Peace, love, light, and bliss. Welcome back to Healingmoonworld. Focus on the road to self-mastery, healing your spirit, mind, and body. So, basically, it's getting harder and harder for me to focus on my passion, which is self-mastery, and focusing on the road to self-mastery just because of the state of the world. And everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, the destruction and the genocide, the wars that we are all living in and facing, because it's not just because it's happening somewhere that doesn't really impact you, that doesn't mean that it's still not impacting your way of life. So for me personally, it's been very, very hard for me to focus on my passion, which is Healingmoonworld, the road to self-mastery, putting out information, and also having like my planning for certain things that's going to help entities focus on the road to self-mastery. It's been very hard simply just because of all of this destruction that's going on, which and then literally a couple days ago, this weekend, a man in the United States corporation that works, in the system, war-wise, basically set himself on fire, you guys, protesting the genocide that's going on with the Palestinian people, which is crazy to me because it's like, this is the United States Corporation, America is where I live. That's where my family is, even though I am Ghanaian and African and American. But my roots is Ghanaian, but my reality, my way of life, my upbringing is in America or in the United States Corporation. So just to see that a man basically have to set himself on fire in order to bring attention to this, just to make it on the news, like this genocide that's going on, and how we as a collective Americans don't support it, is crazy to me. That you have to go to that extreme to show that in this reality, the things that's going on is very sick and ill. You as a sane person, you have to go to certain extremes to show how sick the reality is going. It's very it was shocking to me because it's like they're trying to put mental illness, this on this particular person, but it's like, do you not understand how sick the world has to be to watch genocides all over the world, not just in Palestine, but in Africa, Congo, Sudan, all these places continue to happen. And even the international law has proven to us that there is no international power, there is no United Nations, there is none of that, because these type of things can go on by the same people that are sitting in the power, in the leadership roles of the United Nations and international law. These are the same people committing the genocides that used to commit the genocides on the African continent before. So one thing that I'm also starting to realize is, we are seeing in real life, in real time, being broadcasted to us that international law, United Nations, they don't really have the power that we think that they have, which is very dangerous. It's very dangerous for all of us to see, that anybody can just commit this great evil, on a large scale, and there's nobody's going to be able to stop it. Nobody. Definitely not us as individuals, We're definitely not going to be able to do anything. And the people that are putting themselves in the international law, United Nations power, they still can't do nothing. And they're not doing anything at all. It's happening. People are literally losing their lives today, which makes it very hard for me and probably, the collective people to focus on anything other than just surviving, because we obviously can't, it's just hard. It's been very challenging to me, somebody that's focused on self-mastery and the road to self-mastery. It's been very challenging for me to see what's going on, the impact that it's having on other countries, economics, or their industrial life, their just way of living. you know, is very shocking to me. Very shocking to me. And also being a highly melanated African, so-called African, dark-skinned Ghanaian Akan person, our history have seen the greatest crime against humanity on our people, that we're still suffering for it today, to the point that Africans in general are in a mental prison when it comes to like religion and just the way of being in general, and the corrupt politicians. But we are still suffering the genocide and the great evil that was committed on dark-skinned, high melanated beings in this reality. That look at what we're going, because there's also dark-skinned Black African people in Palestine that are going through what's going on right now, the genocide. So it's just like, man, to be in the United States corporation and still be discriminated against, still facing like attacks on us as a nation, dark-skinned people, high melanated people, African people, and then seeing that this genocide is going on in Palestine, and the United Nations, just like they weren't able to do anything with the African people, and the genocides that go on in Africa, they're not able to do anything in Palestine. When are we going to really wake up and see that we're on our own in this reality, in this like world that we're in? We can't just wait for anybody to come and save us, because nobody. It's the same people that are putting themselves in power to save the world is the same descendants that are committing these genocides around the world. Think about that. It's crazy. So for me, like, in my passion, I'm just like, you know, not putting a pause on it, you know, but like, I'm like, I know that it's really hard for us to focus on things like our spirituality, mental health, and all these things, because we have to focus on our physical health. We have to focus on surviving first. You know, we have to make sure that we're alive and we're like physically able to focus on our mental health and our spiritual health or wellness. We can just the world itself is just right now on survival mode, the root chakra. We're not even at the state where we can focus on our consciousness, our third eye, or like our spirituality. So like that's where I am. That's where I'm choosing to focus like my attention on the road to self-mastery. Just the things that's going on, and focus on physical wellness first, because anything other than that is just kind of like, let's be for real. We're not going to be able to really dive deep, because everywhere we go, there's war and genocides going on, and even the international people can't do nothing about it. But peace, love, and light, that's what I wanted to bring attention to today. And hopefully I want to like give encouragement. We're all in this reality. We're all facing it, no matter where you are in the world. And the empathy and compassion that we have to show each other, and support that we have to show each other now in this reality, is very, very high. So we need to just bring attention to these things that's going on, help and support each other, so we can survive this like these times.